even if they're expired, she would prefer just to phone. Probably like she doesn't want to be over.
Because my office is equally as full, so I was like,
Like, hey, we're not going to be able to do these prior commitments.
I think we're live.
Good evening. I'd like to call the regular Borough Council meeting of November 22nd, 2021 to order. This meeting has been properly advertised in the Home News Tribune of January 13th, 2021, according to Public Law 1975, Chapter 231. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Council President Farkas?
Here.
Councilman Ligotti?
Here.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Here.
Councilman O'Donnell?
Here.
Councilman Peretti?
Here.
Councilman Zambrana?
Here.
All present.
Thank you. Please join me in a moment of silence, followed by the salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next we have the approval of minutes from November 8th, 2021. Can I have a motion in a second on the minutes?
Move that the minutes be approved as typed.
Second?
Motion by Councilman Ligotti, second by Councilwoman O'Donnell. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk, oh, yes, I'm sorry, thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Council President Farkas, I have to abstain because I was absent from last meeting, so,
Okay.
thank you.
Next, we'll go on to the bill list. We will now go on to bills and claims. Will the clerk please read by title only the bill list, Resolution 258, 2021.
Resolution 258, 2021 is authorizing the payment of bills, claims, and statements against the Borough of Milltown in the total amount of $278,974.06.
You have heard the reading of this resolution. What is your pleasure?
I move that the bill list be approved as typed.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman O'Donnell, second by Councilman Legati. Is there any discussion? May I have the roll call, please?
Council President Farkas,
Aye.
Councilman Legati,
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer,
Aye.
Councilman O'Donnell,
Aye.
Councilman Peretti,
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is comments from the audience on consent agenda resolutions 259, 2021 through 267, 2021. If any member of the public wishes to speak on any of the resolutions, please step to the microphone, identify yourself to the clerk, and say your name and address for the record. These comments are limited to resolutions listed on the consent agenda. The floor is now open to the public.
Hello, Debbie Miller, 92 Ford Avenue. Just have a question on the tax rebate. Is that for certain people, or is that for the community of Milltown?
Debbie, which one are you referring to? The tax refund? Or
Yeah, the tax refund.
So I believe that was from an overpayment of taxes, but let me just double check. Let me see what that's for.
Duplicate?
Yeah, so it was an overpayment of taxes.
So certain
So they were
people-
getting refunded, they paid too much, they were getting refunded
Okay,
that.
thank
from one
you.
person.
Is there anyone else? Seeing none, I will close audience comments, and can I have a motion to close the public session of the public portion?
So moves?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Peretti, second by Councilman Legati. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Next, we'll have introduction of resolutions. When voting on resolutions, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature, excuse me, and having been reviewed by the Borough Council. It will be enacted, and having been reviewed by the Borough Council, will be enacted by one motion. Any item may be removed from the consent agenda at the request of any council member, and if so removed, will be treated as a separate matter. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certificate of availability of funds. Are there any questions? Does anyone want to pull any resolutions from the consent agenda? There being no request, will the clerk please read the consent resolution?
Whereas pursuant to the rules of council, the council may establish a consent agenda for any regular or special meeting, and whereas the Borough Clerk has posted a consent agenda for this meeting. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Milltown, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that the consent agenda previously prepared by the Borough Clerk be approved without the necessity of having the individual resolutions read by the Borough Clerk.
You've heard the reading of this resolution. What is your pleasure?
Make a motion that the resolution be adopted.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Legati, seconded by Councilwoman Newbauer. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas,
Aye.
Councilman Legati,
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer,
Aye.
Councilwoman O'Donnell,
Aye.
Councilman Peretti,
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana.
Aye.
Motion carries to pass resolutions 259 through 267.
Thank you. We will now go on to council professional and the mayor's reports. We'll start off with Councilman Phil Zambrana, Department of Finance and Administration.
Thank you, Council President Farkas. I have no report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to the Department of Public Safety, Councilman Nick Legata.
Thank you, Council President Farkas. Only one report tonight, November 17th, 2020, Senior Center report. The Milltown Senior Center will be open 5 days a week, starting Monday, November 29th. Hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Rescheduling and adding activities are being finalized. Please contact the Senior Director for information. A bus driver search is ongoing. Any information, please contact the Senior Director. Keep an eye out for the Senior Center webpage to be updated on a regular basis soon, as we have started that process. Always looking for Meals on Wheels volunteers. Please contact the Senior Center Director for more details at 732-296-0681. Toys for Tots drop-off. Unwrapped toys for kids is located within the Borough Hall hallway. And that concludes my report, Council President.
Thank you. Next, we'll have the Department of Utilities, and I'll read that report. For the electric utility, street lights were repaired on Church Street and Riva Avenue. Numerous work orders associated with billing issues were completed, and final readings of closed accounts were performed. An old street light was replaced with an energy-efficient LED light on Church Street. At the substation, daily checks were performed. Leads were raked up inside the switchyard. Pads were changed on Transformer 2 for a slight oil leak. Containment cell sump pumps were checked for proper operation. A large branch on Coulthal Avenue fell on a car and tore out a house service. Repairs were made and power restored to the multi-family dwelling. Branches were cleared from a service drop on South Main Street. PSE&G damaged a sewer line during their improvement project. They made the necessary repairs. The blinking light at Riva and Clay Street was repaired. New parts were obtained and installed. The utility department assisted the water department with maintenance of the chlorinator at Elkins Lane. Several poles were inspected for safety issues. Training was provided for our apprentice on transformer connections and metering technology. 2 weeks of training was provided to the new meter reader. Inventory was reviewed and necessary materials ordered. Utilities assisted the billing department with customer issues. Several electric meters were replaced. Now we'll move on to the water and sewer report. Along with all daily pump checks, work orders, and markouts, the water and sewer department has the following report. A water issue was resolved on Weller Court. Water meter replacement is ongoing. Hydrant flushing has been completed for 2021. A hydrant on Wilson Avenue will be scheduled to be replaced as soon as possible. Water testing is ongoing as per DEP regulations. And as always, please check Channel 15 and milltownnj.org for water department updates. That concludes the utilities report. Next, we'll move on to the Department of Public Works. Councilwoman Newbow.
Thank you, Council President. Along with all regular curbside, bulk, and garbage collections, the DPW has the following to report. Holiday collection schedule for Thanksgiving will be as following. Thursday, November 25th, garbage will be collected on Tuesday, November 23rd. Friday, November 26th, garbage will be collected on Wednesday, November 24th. Catch basin repair has taken place at the corner of Adam and Henry Street. Quarterly catch basin cleaning has taken place according to the stormwater regulations. Missing stormwater drain markers replacement has taken place in order to keep in compliance with the stormwater regulations as well. Branch trimming of various borough trees has taken place all over town. Leaf cleanup of public properties has begun and will continue until complete. Holiday decorating for the tree lighting on December 3rd at Borough Hall has begun. The soccer field has been painted for the ongoing soccer clinic, and sign repairs taking place all over town. And I've also noticed that we hung up the lights, our snowflake lights in town. Please check Channel 15 and milltownnj.org for DPW updates. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to the Department of Environmental Health and Social Services. Councilwoman Margaret O'Donnell.
Thank you, Council President Farkas. I'll start with the Library Board report. As you know, the Library Board meets on the second Tuesdays of each month. Always lots going on, so I'm just going to give you a few highlights. The library director job is accepting applicants and will be sadly replacing our retiring Bonnie with one of those applicants. Groups have returned to use the meeting rooms at the library, and the Friends of the Library is looking at bringing back passes and tickets, things like museum passes and travel pass tickets as well. For the Board of Health, we'll be meeting tomorrow night, which is the fourth Tuesday, and we will be right here in the council chambers. The Environmental Commission usually meets on the fourth Wednesdays, but considering that that is Thanksgiving Eve this year, we moved the meeting to Tuesday, November 30th, and that will continue to be on Zoom through the end of the year. I will be sharing an article that I saw in the Star Ledger about finding ways to share the suburbs with beavers, and that is in response to some resident concerns about beavers creating dams within our waterways and creating some flooding issues, especially for, actually I see a resident from Southbrook who had brought that up, but we'll be talking about that, and I'll share it with Ralph as well. And for 2022, the Environmental Commission will be looking at potentially having a new meeting pattern. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to the Department of Recreation. Councilman James Borough.
Thank you, Council President. From Recreation, fall soccer concluded on Saturday, November 13th. We had a great season and look forward to seeing everyone in the spring. The fall soccer clinics have started this past Saturday, November 20th, and will run until Saturday, December 11th at Albert Avenue Park. Winter youth basketball registration is now open. To register, go to the following website, www.register.capturepoint.com/Borough of Milltown. The Milltown annual Christmas tree lighting will be held on Friday, December 3rd. Santa is scheduled to arrive at 7 p.m. We will be limiting how many people are in the building at one time, but don't worry, everyone will have a chance for a picture with Santa. Additional information can be found on Channel 15, and a newsflash will be put onto the website. We still have a few spots available for the AM SAC program. To be waitlisted for the PM program, please call the Recreation Office at 732-828-2100, extension 141. We're always still looking for more program aides for our AM and PM SAC program. Please contact the Recreation Office if you would like to apply. Please remember, if you are interested in renting any Milltown Park, please contact the Recreation Department directly to acquire a park facility usage form. Finally, please note that we are still accepting non-perishable food donations for our Milltown neighbors in need, as well as for the Middlesex County Food Bank, which also supports our Milltown residents. You may drop items off at Borough Hall and place them in the green bins in the hallway of the main entrance during normal business hours. Please do not leave food in the police entrance vestibule. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to professional reports for the administrator.
No report tonight, Council President.
Thank you. Engineer, Mr. McClellan.
Yes, Councilman President Farkas, just one item tonight. The pre-construction teams meeting is held tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the water system improvements for the Chestnut Street and Highland Drive water mains. That's all we have.
Okay, very good. Good news. Next, we'll hear from the attorney, Mr. Clarkin, filling in for Mr. Vignola.
No report this evening, Mr. Farkas.
Thank you. And for the mayor's report, just for those interested, Mayor is a little under the weather, so we wish her a speedy recovery. And on behalf of all the council members and the mayor, we wish all the residents a very happy Thanksgiving. We'll move on to old business. Does any member of the council have any old business to bring before the council? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Does any member of the council have any new business to bring before the council? Hearing none, we'll move on to audience comments. The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. The council will respect the public's time by refraining any comment until the speaker has finished. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has any questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the appropriate office during regular business hours or with a member of the council. Please state your name and address for the record when you come to the podium.
Good evening, Russell Einbinder, 220B South Main Street. I'm here mostly in my capacity as chairman of the cable committee. Channel 15, we'll be putting up most of the things, in fact, everything I'm about to say. Thank you, Councilman Peretti, for saying what you said about December 3rd, the tree lighting. That's one less thing I have to talk about. But that same night, I'm going to let you know some of the things that are going in town. If you want to see Santa, you can see him there. But Santa will be going right across the street for the closing party for the Ariella Hopkins Toy Drive, which is still going on in multiple locations around town right now. So he's going to be there, and then he's going to cross the street, and he's going to be seeing more kids and older boys and girls too there also. So let everybody know that. And then the next day, on December 4th, by the new firehouse right across the street from here, Santa will be there from, I believe, 10 to 2, taking pictures of him. You can do it yourself. I think Rudy Peter will be there if you want him to do it for you. So Santa's going to be all over. And by the way, this Friday is the beginning of the Milltown Boy Scout Troop 33 tree sale, which went really well last year. We're doing it again. We got a bunch of trees. Scoutmaster Murray got them today. They're wonderful. I happen to have it on good authority that Santa will be around there as well if you want to say hello to Santa also during the next few weeks. They'll keep on selling it in conjunction with the Knights of Columbus trailer that they're helping us out like usual. If you have any questions, you feel free to ask me. I'm trying to alleviate some of the millions of questions that are going to be asked to the Recreation Department, James. So that's why I promised that I'd say something tonight about all this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John Collins, 39 Southbrook Drive, Milltown. I had a question. There was a grant in the paper for $550,000 for Foch Avenue. I don't know if you know anything about it, Mike.
Sure.
Okay. Is that going to include the cul-de-sac, and are they just going to do the sewers, or they're going to pave the whole road? Or?
Right now, that grant for Foch is Hague, Patain, and Foch. It was a grant combined all three areas, and right now Hague and Patain is going to be done, and then Foch will be next.
Now, that's a cul-de-sac too, right?
Well, down the end of Foch is eventually, yeah.
Right.
The Hague and Patain is just the loop going into Foch.
Right.
That's
But there's West Foch, and it goes down to the cul-de-sac, because the
Right.
people are asking me about that.
Well, that's a different phase. The money.
Oh, that's a different phase?
Right, different
Okay,
phase.
thanks. Oh, and I was, Councilwoman O'Donnell, I talked to Mayor of East Brunswick, Brad Cohn, when they opened up the Beaver Dam Park, and he was explaining to me how they got rid of the beavers in their creek over there, so I just wanted to tell you about that. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Seeing none, I'll ask for a voice vote to close the audience comment section. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, next we'll move on to council comments. Does anyone on the council have any comments to make?
I have one item.
Please.
I just wanted to thank the borough for sending me to the League of Municipalities convention last week. I was able to attend a wide variety of sessions on things from communications to lead to even civility in meetings, and to meet exhibitors who supply literally everything to municipalities. It was a great learning experience for a first-time council person, so thank you.
Very good. Anyone else? All right. Seeing none, I'll ask the council for a motion to adjourn the agenda meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Legati, seconded by Councilman Zambrano. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. That concludes our meeting. Thank you very much and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Like a third of the tassels